We are casual Friday today, aren't we? This is going to be a fun one.
I'm straight out of tennis practice.
I know.
You are straight out of your pajamas.
You like my shirt?
I do. It's a good-looking shirt. Shout out to Armor Brewing Co. in Allen, Texas.
That's our business, if you don't know. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We, I showed Jason, one of our friends, this shirt. He's like, that's a Metallica ripoff shirt. I'm like, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging this is I love it. It's fun.
It is fun. Look at Angry Alice, the rhino, our little She's an angry mascot.
We've brewed so many beer. Brian's done over 50. He does like a beer a week, so the back of it has every beer listed. It looks like a concert shirt. It's pretty awesome.
That is really cool.
Anyway.
I love that.
Yeah. We're coming up on 2 years, Jen. 2 years. 2-year party.
It's been longer, actually. Is that kind of weird? I feel like we've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about this. We were talking Armor Brewing in the last podcast, weren't we? Which was 2 years ago, right? Or
the last season, you mean?
Last season,
yes.
Yeah. So, and we...
Oh, yeah, and you were like, hopefully it's open.
And it was open.
And we need to go back and, listen to that episode. Yeah. That would be funny to hear
No, this was the brewing company took 4 years from when we initiated to actually is now. So it's 2 years to get open, and now we've been 2 years from that point. So it's 4 years since we actually started the business, but 2 years in operation. Things are going good. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, it's going to be a fun podcast today.
Okay, so Mike has planned this episode. And so every once in a while, he likes me to have shock value, and he likes to have genuine responses, which is good. And so we mix it up. Who's kind of taking the lead on the meat and bones of the bones and meat? Meat
and bones.
Meat and guts. The organs and the meats of the podcast.
Gristle and syrup.
Okay. All right, what are we talking about?
Isn't that the term?
No clue. Genuinely. What are we talking about?
Today is just a random one. All right. So we're really just going to be doing kind of more everyday things. I want to keep it light and fun. So I have a bunch of random subjects to talk about.
Okay.
So today, the first thing we're going to talk about everyday absurdities.
Everyday absurdities?
Everyday absurdities.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but we're going to go with it.
All right. Lay it on me.
All right. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
What's one unwritten rule everyone seems to follow, but no one talks about?
I know one rule that no one cares about anymore is wearing white after Labor Day. We wear white all the time. It's not even a rule anymore.
Is that a rule?
Yeah, but that goes against what you're saying. I feel like no one follows that anymore.
When did that stop? And why did that stop?
I think the younger generations, millennials, smashed that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they were like, no, we want to wear, they call it winter white now. White pants and stuff. I don't even think about that anymore, ever. White is year-round. Why would white only be worn in warmer months? Makes no sense. Why can't I be cold wearing white?
Well, I mean, you wear white at the snow hills, right? The snow bunny outfit is usually white, isn't it?
I mean, I think there's a ski suit?
Yeah.
There's tons of colors. Otherwise, we'd just see
white
suits all over a ski hill.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I got one. So here's one would be to me, this is kind of the absurdity thing. If you go to the grocery store and you're buying fruit or watermelon, you don't pick the first one that you touch, right?
Yeah.
You never do that.
You inspect.
Yeah. But it's never the first one.
But I feel like the women and men who grocery shop a lot, we're looking for imperfections and things that look bad. You don't want to spend your money and then have a huge bruised apple, right? So, I mean, maybe it's unspoken, but there's a purpose behind it.
I think it is the first one I touch, everyone else is touched.
They've all been touched. Hate to break it to you. I do tend to not grab right on top or in the front. I kind of go digging for my fruit.
See, there you
but
go.
Probably everyone else does that too. So in reality, it's we're all digging.
I get that.
It's kind of a miracle we don't get sick more often when you think about stuff like that. All that fruit has not just been touched from sitting out in the store. They have been touched from being loaded from the farm, then onto the truck, then from the truck into the store, then into the store onto the shelf. I mean, they're touched a ton.
We had an apple tree in our backyard, or actually my neighbor did, and there'd be the season where there'd just be hundreds of apples dropping off. It was awesome.
Wow, that would be fun.
But I have strong memories of eating apples, and it was a 50% chance there was a worm in it.
Ew.
But you got kind of used to it.
You did?
Yeah. Eating worms.
I don't know if I'd ever get used to eating a worm.
Have you ever seen a worm in an apple?
Not in real life.
You haven't?
Seen it in a drawing or a cartoon.
You've never seen a worm in an apple?
I would
just a worm.
You hate worms. What are you talking about?
Hate worms.
If there's a worm or a maggot, this man falls apart.
No, I've become more
progressed.
immune to it, but for some reason when I was a kid, particularly, man, maggots were
Maggots. He means maggot.
maggots.
Maggot.
That was like the one thing that would give me chills. I'd be like,
Jeebies?
yeah.
Speaking of which, I killed a roach last Thursday in the living room. I didn't kill it. I found it dead, and I put a plastic cup over it. It's behind my big umbrella
So
tree.
it's still sitting there?
And you have not picked that up.
Well, I didn't. So why would I know there's a roach behind a tree hidden in the corner?
It's a clear plastic cup on top of a belly up roach. It's also been in my stories, and I know you watch.
In our living room.
You saw it in my
Behind-
stories, fool. I know you did.
So why would you just leave it there?
I'm not touching it. That's why I got married, fool.
It's
That's why you're
assume
here.
it's there. Like,
Nope.
it's a roach.
It's well, sometimes they fake out that they're dead when they're not, so I enclosed it.
Okay, that's a good
Can
story.
you pick it up when we get home? Can you pick it up when we get home, please?
Do you pretend to look busy when like you're
Never.
You never do that?
Nope.
You know, like if you're at the
If
doctor's,
I'm not busy, I'm like,
but
I
if
cannot
you're
be
not
busy.
like the doctor's office and you don't want to make eye contact with people, you just put your face down on the phone.
Oh, I don't fake it. Then I just do something.
Yeah.
I'll work. I'll open an email. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I'll actually do something. But to fake it,
Yeah.
that would be awkward.
Have you ever been somewhere you don't want to talk to somebody, so you like put your
100%.
phone up? Like
I will fake that.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Finger up, phones faking.
Yes. No, I do not feel the need to fake busy. If I'm like taking a minute to do something that's not work, I just kind of own it because I'm like, no, I'm about to have to pick up 3 kids from school and be going till 10. I can sit here for a second. I don't know. I feel like I don't have to do that. I'm also not like in a cubicle 9 to 5. You know what I
Pretending
mean?
to be busy.
Yeah. So I don't have anyone really standing over me. So maybe that's the difference. I'm sure I did when I worked like Zara and Forever 21. But I'm really not because I stay busy. I like to be busy.
I talked about this before. Well, maybe I don't know if I talked to this on the podcast, but there was when I did actually talk about this pre-COVID. The culture of my old company is that like everyone knew we had home offices because we didn't have like corporate
Right.
offices,
Right.
But you would always like pretend you were at the office. You'd be like everything was quiet. You'd have to be like
Right.
dress on the aspect of making everything very, very thing. Or I'd go out to the car,
Right.
like oh yeah, driving for something. And I
Liar.
wasn't lying. It was creating the perception of being busy,
Drop that.
even though you were busy, and there wasn't like I wasn't doing work, but it was this idea of working from home was sort of frowned upon, but it's completely changed post COVID.
Yeah.
There was a guy that I worked with when I first got out of the military, and this guy, no matter what time of the day, so I used to work in the operating room and do procedures with doctors. I sold pacemakers and defibrillators, and this guy, you could call him at like 9 p.m. be like, "Hey, sorry, I'm in the middle of surgery." It's 9 p.m., dude. You're not in a surgery. He would but he would always, no matter what, make you think that he was busier than you.
But that's just a liar.
It was.
That, like,
it was
crosses
absurd.
the line
It was
for me.
absolutely the most absurd thing. The guy cracked me up, though. Anyway.
I don't think it's
People
as
have
big,
these.
I don't think it's as big as a fault to where like, okay, you're taking a break and scrolling on Instagram and maybe your boss walks by and you flip out of it real quick. Okay, that's fine. We all can do that from time to time, right? I would do that, I'm sure, if I had a traditional job. But like just saying you're doing something that you're not, to me, that's just lying.
Well, great. It was lying.
Like I actually don't think that's cool.
Yeah, but I
Where the
wasn't-
other one, it's like, who cares?
I wasn't lying when I was in the car. I mean, I was
totally.
working, but those things were like, that's where I
You
was.
also had 3 small kids. You were kind
Well,
of
those things were a complete mess at the house and
Trying to-
chaos going on and trying to
have silence.
talk to a CFO of a hospital system about
Yeah.
things. Yeah, it's probably not the most ideal thing to have.
Hold on. You're so much better at these random questions than I am. Why can't I think about this stuff? What's an unspoken rule? An unspoken rule I do is when we use a public restroom, I don't care I squat when I pee. Maybe TMI. Every time. All the time.
I do too.
But for the girls,
Just get the visual on that
there
one.
might be some men that do. And you now just made them like think that's bad.
Well, if you got like sticky things down there, maybe squatting would separate it and
Okay.
help.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
for the kids, I always put toilet paper down on the
I
seat.
do that for Viv. For
And
sure.
it's like, I guess I always do.
Yeah.
Is that an unspoken rule? It's
No,
gross.
in public bathrooms, I do that as well
Yeah.
for Viv.
Like someone's butt was there.
Yeah, but their butt's I was gonna say their butt's probably cleaner than their hands. Probably is, right?
But the back of their maybe the
butt
back of their
cheeks?
hamstrings. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably cleaner than their actual hands. I mean, you shake somebody's hand.
Probably.
Why not shake their butt?
I mean, probably. Shake butts. Just grab a butt.
Nice to meet you. Boink, boink.
No, we're like dogs, but touching each other. Okay. No, I want to think of, is that a good unspoken rule? I'm trying to think. Unspoken
I think
rule.
I actually would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
mean-
Here's the thing. Well, but there's common sense behind it. Why do we always? Okay. Well, see, that's stupid. See, I'm not good at this. I was gonna say we put the ice in before the liquid, but it's so it doesn't splash everywhere.
Yeah,
So that's stupid. I'm just not.
It's an operational, like, logistical thing, yeah. All right, well, on the next question.
No, I'm determined to have a good answer to this. Okay, I'll come back if I think of something.
All right. Oh, this one. I'll say, what's a weird pet peeve that only you have, that you think? But I know when you have, and I'm going to say it because we can get into a subject of this thing.
Good, because you're better than this than I am.
You have a very particular airplane pet peeve.
I think I share it with the masses, Michael.
Yeah. Jen gets viscerally angry. She doesn't always say something. Sometimes she does out loud. And it's when the airplane lands, people stand up and they just start V-lining towards the door and they don't wait their turn to allow like the sections in front
Can't
of them
stand
to go.
it. I stick my foot out in the middle of the aisle, and I'll also stick my bag in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
I understand if you are late to a connecting flight.
Oh, that's different.
We will always let people pass, especially if the captain's like, hey, please let people by. They're running late.
Yeah.
Totally different. But if there is no announcement, or if you are not audibly saying, I'm so sorry, I am late for my next flight, can I 100% I will let you go. That's amazing.
In fact,
yes.
We'll stand up and be like, move out of the way.
Yes. I will create a path for you, friend.
And then we're out of the plane first too because we're bowling through. It's kind of like a genius thing. It's like
I'm also late. No,
it's like following an ambulance in traffic jam. You just get behind them, and next thing you know, you got a path paved way for you.
We're being escorted off the plane. No.
We don't do that. Disclaimer.
No, I get sit down, wait your turn.
Yeah.
Like there's people with kids
Yeah.
that are screaming to get off this plane.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I
will stick my foot out in the aisle. And if you trip, that is not my problem because I paid for this spot.
Hey, look, I'm right there with you. And I do think that and I do wish flight attendants would make a more of an announcement when people are late, because that is something that you didn't honor that. If you're like, hey, stand up, let those people go. Help people, be courteous. And that's the thing is everyone, I do think airport culture has gotten insanely selfish.
So bad.
And it's especially like, the gate lice thing where everyone's piling in and you're like, they're boarding class 5 and they're at the front of the gate, like blocking everyone. It's just a strange situation, which is like, once somebody does, and then we find ourselves trying to get up as well. Like, we, fortunately travel a lot, and we have, I use an airline card to give a status, so it allows me to get in, which is, I'm very, very grateful for that life hack to be able to get on earlier on the plane, but it's just wait your turn.
Wait your turn. Yeah. Wait your turn. I can't
okay.
stand it. There's times where we're flight 7. We wait till group 7. We wait till group 7. Like, it's not that difficult. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I also do like to be on the plane. We've gotten a little better about getting early because we did carry on, but typically with 3 children, I like to wait until last boarding call because we don't carry on.
Yeah, if you have all your stuff in check-in and you have one under the seat, I'll be last in the plane, totally fine.
Why would
with
we make them sit even longer?
Yeah.
Hold on.
But the carry-on thing is totally different. If you have carry-on, you got to get on early.
That's a good pet peeve. I'm trying to think of what another pet peeve. It's like when I'm such like a quick thinker, but I feel like I need to have like a good creative answer because you come up with good creative answers. What's your pet? Hold on, let me guess. Oh, yours is dumb. Anytime anyone chews around this man, he throws a full temper tantrum, and he's the loudest chewer ever. It makes no sense. That actually ticks me off. That's my pet peeve.
Open mouth chewer. No, I'm not.
No, but for some reason you're like jaws pop and stuff. Like you're a very loud
Remember you
chewer.
had that coworker that was full on like.
Don't say her name.
I'm not going to.
I know exactly who you're talking
about. Do you remember how?
It was bad.
It was so absurd that I thought it was like, is you doing it on purpose?
It's horrible. Smacking is bad.
Yeah. No. Crunching. So I
get mad even just thinking about
you. I know it's a strange. And look, that is a pet peeve of mine, and I know, but it's only really with like at home. I don't do it in the public.
It's only for his children. Our kids are going to be scarred.
Unfortunately.
But
it's a crunching sound, and it creates like an emotional reaction to me where it's
You
like,
should move.
oh my
then
gosh.
you go eat in the dining room by
my
yourself.
gosh. Yeah. I think it's called synesthesia.
I don't give a crap what it's called. It's called you're an adult.
A term for it.
You're an
Certain
adult.
sounds create visceral, almost rage feeling. I don't rage. I'm just like, stop chewing, stop smacking,
get
stop
mad.
chewing.
My
Please
point
stop
is,
chewing.
it's,
But I've gotten to the point where I tell the kids, I know you're not doing this on purpose, but you know, Dad, this is Dad's pet peeve. Sorry, please try to chew with your mouth closed. And it's more this. It's not the crunch. Apples particularly drive me insane for some reason.
like full rage. That's rage.
But it's the
Our kids kind of do sometimes. One of them, two of them actually do like this bunny where they like take the chip and they're like, and I will say that's a little like, okay, stop. Because the reason I don't like it though is because then they drop stuff everywhere. I'm like,
true.
stop it.
No, that is an absurd one, and I will say that I
Absurd.
it's a dumb one.
It's like control.
I'm
your
not happy
emotions.
about that. Having that, I control my emotions. I don't get angry. I'll just ask them to stop chomping.
Angrily, but yeah.
No, not necessarily.
What's my other pet peeve?
I mean,
I have more. I'm pretty calm. Like I'm not I'm not quick to anger.
I'm not quick
I'm
to
pretty
anger either.
chill. No, I'm just talking about, I know I have to have another pet peeve. Other than
The airplane one. The airplane one is the one in the public that you.
Oh, I have a pet peeve, but it's probably all women around the entire world. I have a pet peeve that everyone in my family, before looking for something, including Mike, will ask me where it is, as if they haven't lived here for 5 years either. You know where that is, and it's because it's just quicker to ask me. I finally looked at Mike like a month ago. I was like, I am not the keeper of all the crap.
Yeah.
But I kind of am. I'm like, you lived here too. Figure it out.
Because I know you know where it is.
No, I'm going to start acting stupid because I need y'all to figure it out.
What if I don't know where? What if I
Figure it out. You have a brain.
Genius thing. I got to ask.
You
I
have
got
a
a
brain.
question for you.
Okay.
I forgot.
He's trying to get off this topic. He does that. That's a pet peeve. He does that all the time. We'll be talking about something. He's like, hey, about, and I'll be like, I'll wait for him. And he'll be like, because he just wants to interrupt it and stop the conversation.
No.
That's a pet peeve.
You know one of mine? It drives me crazy. Empty boxes in the fridge or refrigerator, freezer.
Yes.
That does drive me crazy.
That does drive me nuts.
That one
I feel
drives me
like you
crazy.
do it though.
I don't do that.
So it's probably kids.
It is. But I saw Vaughn do it the other day. We had chocolate covered bananas, which is one of my favorite treats ever. So he took one, and he took it, and I knew the box was empty because he like this. He goes, puts it right back in the fridge. I'm like, dude, do you think why are we freezing boxes now? And he's like, what? Oh yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna catch myself. I said that's a man thing to do. My dad would never. My dad is so type A. He had a double hip replacement recently. And so right now he's in like the recovery phase and he has to do a certain amount of walking for like 12 minutes at a time. And he said he has a little track in his home because he doesn't have many options of this track. He's calling it his track. And he is getting paranoid. He's like looking at the floor intensely. He thinks he's going to wear down the wood. I thought that was so funny.
Walking you'd have to do.
I know. I was like, Dad, you have
floors are meant to walk on. I mean,
it's not even real wood. Like that stuff is going to.
It's an engineered wood, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
which is made to outlast. Like they're really
Yes.
good now. I'm like, Dad, you're going to be fine. He's like, well, it's a dark stain. I'm like, you're going to be fine. I can just see him like bending over barely. Like, I'm like, how fast
is
you
he
motoring? Yeah. And now a word from the sponsor of this episode, Cozy Earth. This all started with a Christmas gift from my parents, which were Cozy Earth bamboo sheets. I remember opening them and being like, who needs sheets this luxurious? Not me. Open them, put them on my bed, fast forward a few years, and now even my guest bed has Cozy Earth sheets on it because they're so good. I have no other sheets now. Well, the kids do. But adult beds do not have anything other than Cozy Earth because why would I put anything on there except the best of the best? Those bamboo sheets are so stinking soft. They're cool to the touch, so if you're a hot sleeper, they make sleeping so comfortable. Start with the sheets. My code REDHEAD for Cozy Earth takes 40% off, which makes them much more affordable, and they are worth every stinking penny. Again, so my parents got us addicted to Cozy Earth. What else have we gotten from Cozy Earth? My mom gave me a Cozy Earth jogger set and Mike Cozy Earth pajamas for Christmas last year. And like 3 days ago, Mike was like, tell your mom those Cozy Earth pajamas are seriously my favorite. Highly recommend those as well. They're just super, super soft. And even with lots of washes, they just stay in mint condition. They stay soft and again, cool to the touch. And then the third recommendation is the bubble cuddle blanket. I have one sitting on my bed strictly because I don't want anyone else touching it. I don't want the kids spit on it. I don't want food on it. I don't want dog hair on it. I want that thing to stay pristine and soft. And I'm using it as a comforter right now because it's getting cold. The bubble cuddle blanket is insanely soft, would make an amazing Christmas gift. It's just the best blanket ever. You can get different sizes as well. Okay, so right now you can save up to 40% at Cozy Earth. Just go to www.cozyearth.com/redhead and use the code redhead at checkout. Again, that's www.cozyearth.com/redhead. And with the code redhead, you will save up to 40% off. Wrap the ones you love in luxury with Cozy Earth. But for real, it does feel like luxury. It's so stinking good.
All right, friends, a quick mid-show break. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. I'm actually the one who signed us up for it. I love any app or anything that can help us get a control of our finances. And I got to admit, this one impressed me. We saved so much money, I don't even want to say it out loud. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and it even works to lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can safely link your credit cards and bank accounts and see everything in one place. The first time we used it, I found at least 5 old subscriptions. I didn't even know we were still paying for them. It was so easy to cancel and instantly feel like we were more on top of things. And we're not alone. Rocket Money has helped people save over $2.5 billion, including $880 million just from canceled subscriptions alone. So cancel those unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go over to rocketmoney.com/you, me, and Mike today. Again, that's rocketmoney.com/you, me, and Mike. Spelled ROCKETMONEY.com/you, me, and Mike. YOUMEANDMIKE. Go on over and get started today with Rocket Money. Do you get annoyed when people leave you voicemails?
No, I just don't check them. Doesn't bother me at all. What you don't see can't bother you. Out of sight, out of mind.
It's funny, is my generation. I'm a late Gen Xer, early millennial. I'm actually full on Gen X.
You're not a millennial
I know,
fool.
I'm full on Gen X, but it's my voicemails were normal, and I'll still leave them on occasion, and I'll leave you voicemails, full well knowing that you I probably have 3,000 voicemails that I've left you saved in your file somewhere that you've never listened to.
Okay, question. Why wouldn't someone just send an audio text now, a voice memo? Way more
because it's
efficient.
already gone to, but then I have to go to one more step, or just.
Well, that's lazy on you.
I'll tell you this though, I love, from a technology thing, we talked about smartphones stuff good and bad. Mm-hmm. I love voice dictation, although I speak in different languages sometimes according to Siri, but it's for the most part my messages get across.
You voice text.
Voice dictation.
Different. Voice dictation different than when you text.
I know.
So you'll be coming home at 3, period. Have gone ready, period. It's like, honey, you can elaborate. You talk different in voice dictation.
I heard you do it. I was funny that you were saying I heard you voice dictating and you're like, send hello. And you'll certain words you don't know how to spend. You'll voice dictate the words. You're like, text, soup du jour. Random words.
Meniscus, because I don't know how to spell it.
Random words you put in, I'll just hear you blurting out hard to write words.
Because I'm a really good speller, but every once in a while, if I haven't seen the word, meniscus was one I had to use recently, I'm I'm not going to sit here and take time to look dumb and figure it out. Yeah, so I just voice dictate it, and then I'll keep it, because my thumbs are super fast. I can text as fast as I can voice dictate. I only voice dictate if I'm driving. And it drives me nuts, because why can't it spell Berkeley's name correct?
Fix it. And all of them. Vaughn's is,
yes.
It's probably because we didn't spell any of our kids with traditional spelling.
But I've changed it in the phone so many times. Yeah. I've said add word or whatever you can do, and it still doesn't do it. It drives me nuts.
If only technology could catch up to what your needs are.
Remember when my mom, whenever she first started texting.
There's still not a redhead emoji of all this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But that's real. That is
true.
There is.
You can make
There's only one.
Now.
It's just like this.
Yeah, because
with
that's
bright flaming orange hair versus a girl who can do this.
Yeah.
And this.
Well, it's because
and this.
Because the redheads don't have any souls. So
okay. All right.
A little smile is all you get.
I'm always a blonde. I'm like, why am I picking the blonde? I'm probably closer to a brunette, like color tone wise. Like I have dark hair compared to a blonde. Would you put me closer to brunette or blonde?
You're red.
I know, but
there is no
if you had to pick one to identify with.
Brunette.
Oh.
Your head, because you have an auburn. You have an auburn color.
Well, so it's then I need to pick a brunette. I know. They're coming out with all these things like pregnant men emoji, and I can't get a redhead doing anything. What are we doing? Come on. I've said this for years.
I know. Sorry, I got you off subject on this one. So that's a pet peeve of yours.
No, but it is think about if you didn't have a brunette emoji and you're like, okay, there's red, there's black, and they're blonde. Which one am I picking?
Have you noticed almost all my emojis are still the orange or the yellow guy?
The yellow
like
people.
I don't even change it. I'm like, whatever. It just doesn't like so. That's my level. All right. I'm gonna move on.
It's probably best.
Interest of time.
It's probably best. Yeah.
You don't have any pet peeves. This thing is one thing about you is you go with it.
You're lying.
It's not.
I am a go with it person, but I have pet peeves.
All right, this morning we're going to talk about some nostalgia and pop culture now. All right, what is the most random 90s and 2000 thing you can think of that like would make no sense to our children? Or just no sense to you anymore? I got one.
I mean, I really am sad that I was thinking about this the other day. So we listened to radio stations back then, and there was, when I was a younger kid, I loved listening to Radio Disney. And I remember it was a radio station ran by Disney, and they'd have like DJs and even kid DJs on. They'd have people like talk about stuff, answer questions, like stuff about school. And it was so fun and catered to kids, but a legit radio station. And I just remember always waiting for
Radio
that song.
DJ.
Yeah, like that.
Radio Disney.
Radio Disney.
So they have those
Kinda
voices
like
too?
that, yeah. But I remember waiting, and when that song hit that you loved, you'd blare it, and it'd be like the best 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then you'd have to wait for like 4 or 5 more hours till it came on
Can you give me an
again.
example of what song that would be?
No, I can't remember that well. But I just remember like our kids never have to wait to watch a TV show they're excited about.
Oh, yeah.
They never have to wait to hear a song.
Yep.
I mean, even putting in like a CD into a CD player to get to number 7 that you wanted to listen to, they don't even have that motion of like popping open the button and the thing. It's really sad. It's all on
even
a phone.
in the car now. Click, click, click.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right there, and now you're listening to any music. It's kind of awesome. That one, I kind of like the music
I would go
thing.
back. I would set that back a little bit.
I like the music thing. The one thing I miss, Saturday morning cartoons. That's the one I miss.
It would be like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's
Pepper
the
Ann,
one. That's the one.
Doug.
Yeah. Because Saturday mornings were like something special.
Yeah.
It was like the weekend came and you're getting up and you have your Fruity Pebbles and you're sitting in front of the TV watching Transformers.
Never had Fruity Pebbles.
Yo, your parents were rude.
I know.
We don't have Fruity Pebbles at our house, so what are our kids saying?
Yeah, so we're rude.
Your parents were smart, actually.
It's funny. My parents, they weren't always like that because I have memories of eating like gummy snacks and like junk cereal.
Gushers. Talk about the poison those things were.
100%. So it's like my mom probably around when I was 10, so that would make her like 30, 32. That's when she started being really big into health. Yeah. Well, she always was more conservative than most, but that's when she was like, the one thing I will say about my mom is I never ate white bread, even from like birth. She never gave us white bread. She was like, it's no nutritional value and it just makes like glue in your stomach. She's not wrong. Have you ever put water on it?
Yeah.
It just literally goos up like glue.
But it's not all white breads. It just has to do with the level of gluten refined flour.
We're talking
if you have an
Wonder
unrefined
bread.
flour.
Like
that's
Wonder
refined.
bread
Yeah,
was
super,
big
like
back in the
ultra-refined
90s.
flour.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was big in the 90s. So we always had whole wheat bread, and we always hated that because all of our friends had white bread. But then it's funny, I became an adult, and I never thought to buy white bread, and we buy wheat bread.
Your generation was the generation of like the extreme gushers. Everything became
Yes.
like, we just had gushers and fruit roll-ups, and then then it was everything was X and extreme. You remember like everything was and all the commercials were just like hype vision to the extreme, like.
Well, the 90s was so much like, it would be like, gushers, explode in your mouth. Like, they realized, like, yes, like, the kid's head would explode. Or, like, when he ate Kool-Aid, like, the thing would shoot out of his ears. Like, it was very, like, they realized they captivated on, like, kids love, like...
it was, like,
big,
over the top
cheesiness, yes.
But it was all, I mean, then it was, because the X Games were out, I think it was all the stuff they were kind of capitalizing on to get kids like interested into it. It is
marketing to children. I think you're right. I think they started marketing the 80s, to kids.
When I was in my generation, I think was the first generation. I may be wrong, but like the millennials were. That's when they started tying in cartoons and merchandise together. Like Star Wars kind of was the first one that really did the movie, and the merchandise was probably a little bit before me, like the first one. But then it came into the point where like everything was marketing wasn't just a, make this commercial and sell this thing. It was like tie it into a story, and that's where Transformers and G.I. Joe and He-Man and all this stuff, they were all cartoons and merchandise.
Right.
And you bought in. That was the good old days.
I mean, now that I look back,
sorry.
It's okay. We always thought Barbie was cool, but now that I look back, Barbie exploded in the 90s. Like I was Barbie. She was always popular.
I think Barbie's kind of the OG toy that's been around that crossed all generations.
I know, but not, and I'm right because I just watched like the Toys That Made Us or whatever, an episode, and it was about Barbie. Barbie's prime explosion was 90s. And we think about it now. Barbie has one side of an aisle, half of it at Target. Barbie would have like 4 aisles. Like they would separate it between like Skipper and her friends. Barbie at work. Like sets.
It was that big.
Vehicles. It was massive.
But Toys R Us.
Toys R Us.
R.I.P. Toys R Us. That's another one that I kind of miss. Still alive,
apparently.
I know, but it's all online. I think they have like pop-up stores during Christmas and things, but it's not. Yeah, that's kind of what they went.
I'm looking it up, actually.
Yeah, but the standalone walk through the aisles, spend an hour of just like envisioning what you're going to get for Christmas and stuff.
Oh my gosh. They are online.
Yeah, it's an online store and pop-ups.
I mean, that's cool.
Kind of makes sense.
It's cool, but how that store was massive.
You missed the texture.
How fun was it to go shop for like Christmas wish list?
Yeah. Especially going down the Nintendo aisle and seeing all those games that you wanted, right?
How did it die? Kids still want toys.
Amazon killed it. Because that being that specialty with that much real estate just doesn't make sense anymore, right? You think about like Walmart and Target have it; they got an aisle or two of it.
Yeah.
But that amount of toys,
store.
that amount of stuff, you can. And really, it's online. Online killed it.
And you can't survive with just a massive influx in November and December, and then nothing else. You know.
And I do think
that makes sense.
And even like GameStop's still around because they kind of went more collectibles and things like that. They're pivoting a little bit. There's a whole thing about the meme stocks and stuff we can talk about later. But they've had to pivot their model to more of the collectibles and adults because games are just all digital now. Nobody buys hard copies. I mean, I guess some people do, but it's very rare that you're buying that. I have one. I have one that Vaughn in those.
Well, before you go to that, I want to say the last thing. The Saturday cartoons actually was like a program for me on ABC, and it was called One Saturday Morning. And there was like. I remember you go into this big building that's like a hotel and they're doing the intro song and there's a lady riding an elephant. Like I just remember like vague things. And I remember watching that from the minute I got up until it ended around 11.
Yeah. I probably mentioned this in a prior podcast as well, but that was one of the beautiful things like of being a kid pre-full digital is that there was a natural cutoff because all the TV shows sucked afterwards. Yeah. And it was like, all right, well, what am I going to go do? I'm not going to sit in front of the TV because there's, I can't, I was talking to my dad about this, like when we stayed home sick, if I was homesick, the only thing on was Price is Right, which was kind of cool. And I enjoyed that. And then soap operas came in. Wasn't that what, gosh, I'm blanking on the name. Not All in the Family. That was another.
All Our Children? All My Children?
Yes.
General Hospital?
General Hospital, yeah. All those would come on, you're like, oh, this is awful.
You know what's
so
funny?
It made you unsick because TV was so bad.
But your mom never got into that because she was working full time, right?
Yeah, no, zero.
I do not remember my mom being a soap opera mom. She said when she was really young, she'd watch it from here to there, but I do not have a memory of my mom like watching that.
Yeah,
at home. She was still a mom.
I think daytime television is kind of all, I mean, I'm sure they're around, but it's not like it was back in the day because all the programs, but it created natural separation. It was like watch TV in the morning and it wasn't like get off your screens, get off games. You would just, there wasn't anything else.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Were soap operas a new episode every day?
I don't know. I think so, actually.
How the heck do they film that much? That's a hard job then. So they probably were filming every day too.
Maybe they had seasons. I'm sure they had breaks.
They had seasons.
Then they would probably do some reruns or they'd be breaking.
Still, that's like a talk show.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
Huh. Now I'm intrigued and I want to watch. How many episodes
you should get into
you
it
from that?
Go ahead and send a comment on what soap opera Jen should get into.
I've never watched one. But aren't they all kind of soap opera-ish now? Like Grey's Anatomy is pretty soap opera-ish. I don't watch it anymore, but I did. It's the longest running show in the entire world, I feel like.
One fact I don't know. Why is it called a soap opera? Was it sponsored by soap companies, maybe? I bet you that's what it is.
I mean, that sounds silly, but back in the day.
Yeah, I'm trying. Maybe it was. Kaylee, can you go find out why it was called a soap opera?
They're called soap operas because the first daytime radio dramas were sponsored by soap manufacturers.
I was right.
You were right.
Haley, okay, so if you couldn't hear, Haley said the first soap operas were the radio ones were sponsored by soap companies.
That's good guess.
How about that?
I mean, it's like so literal, but also sounds dumb.
I was like, it seems like it was a
good job.
sponsorship, that thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, we can move on.
All right, well, that's a good one. The Nintendo cartridges blowing in them.
Oh, totally remember. I had Nintendo 64.
So you had I had the original Nintendo, and
Did it do anything?
yeah,
You'd be like,
absolutely.
we'd be like, oh, and then jam
It
that
would.
crap back in there.
I think it only made. I think from what I heard, it would work temporarily and eventually only make it worse. And this is something you probably don't have your memories on. This one used to tick me off. So games were expensive. We couldn't afford them, but I could rent them. And the one thing about you would rent a game, you go to Blockbuster. We could talk about nostalgia Blockbuster in a second, but going to Blockbuster, you'd rent a game, you'd get it for like Friday, and then my mom would return it on Monday on the way to work. So you had a weekend of it. Wow. If you go in, you put that game in, there's about
What are you doing with, what is this?
because you slide it in and you push it down.
Is it a CD?
No, well, that's the way the Nintendo cartridge, you slid it in and then you push it down and it click in.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
like
have
in,
that.
down, and then the cover went down.
Okay.
That was the cartridge. Nintendo 64 was straight down, right?
Straight,
Yeah,
just
straight, click. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this probably because they realized there's a lot of mechanisms that could break on it that way, but probably 25% of the time that game wouldn't work. You talk about
paid for it?
yeah, on the whole weekend, and then
I could see Sue going up there and being vocal about that.
She would like, well, I went up to like, yeah, no, but we'd get the money back, but I'm not getting another game. What if it's a game you really want to play and it's only one cartridge they had? You lost your entire weekend opportunity.
To get a job, little Mike.
So I learned. So one thing I did, I found rubbing alcohol, and I was like, maybe I can start cleaning them. So I would get Q-tips and rubbing alcohol,
Like frying
and I
them.
clean it, and it would come up with like this black stuff, and it would work. It would actually fix it. I think it probably broke it after time, but I would fix it for me at that time.
You would. I could see you
figured
as a
that-
kid being like, no, I'm playing this game.
Yeah. I've taken apart cartridges before to figure out how, like.
I could see that.
Yeah, I did that as a kid too.
I could see that. Games aren't so, I mean, they're definitely like nostalgic and part of my childhood growing up with two brothers who played video games. I never like pined over playing video games, but I would get thrown, again, I talked about this before. My life as the only female was, I mean, you know, having two of the same gender, so more of the other gender. I'm
That was a long way to say you had two brothers.
I'm trying to figure out what I mean. I always felt like I was, no one was offering to play Barbies with me, so I would have to adapt and be like, I'm going to play video games with you guys, like just to be included.
Yeah.
So it was always me going to what they were doing, and so I would get thrown in to video games, but I never like was good
Did you
at
play
it.
Smash Brothers with them?
Mario Kart was the biggest.
Yeah, it's still big. Mario Kart's still fun.
Mario Kart, Super Mario. So just
Great.
going through all the
Also,
levels. I
love that
did
game.
like that one. I guess I wasn't good then, and I'm not good now at video games, and I just get really frustrated. Another one that was big was the James Bond, and I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, you just shot someone and you see blood on the screen. Like I look back, I'm like,
GoldenEye?
GoldenEye.
Man, they had some jams on that too.
I mean, I could sing the whole thing because I'd just watch them.
So what's funny
that.
is, and this is still to this day, like games, my generation really kind of came through. Like I was probably 10 when I got a Nintendo, right? The original Nintendo Classic, and now I still play video games and I love them. And my son plays video games, but that game, I played GoldenEye when I was in the Army, and I remember playing it with my buddies, and we're like 4 people on one screen. It was
That's
awesome.
right. We could all 3 play, but they'd always kill me instantly. I never
Because
lasted.
they were looking at the other screen and they knew the maps. And they knew where they were.
100%.
Your brothers would
And they-
cheat. I know that for a fact.
It's not even cheating. They just were better, and they were never going to give me a pass. Like, no way. That's not even in our DNA. And you know what? I wouldn't have either,
Yeah,
if we're going
that's
to be
true.
really honest. So I don't fault them for that.
But you are spooky good at Just Dance, the game. Like really good at that game.
Okay, dancing ones, I can like be where I kind of need to be. It's very forgiving, that game.
You used to do the Superman dance like with like flawless on the hardest level, and I'm like, and you didn't even have to watch the screen. You knew the whole dance.
Do you remember when, I think we maybe have talked about this, so I'm sharing the same story. Well, welcome to the podcast. I do that often. There was a point where I switched from Zara to Forever 21 for a job, and we were dating, and I had a few weeks in between with nothing. And I literally would go to his house because I had nothing else to do.
When I was at work?
When he was at work, and I would play Just Dance. He would come home from work, and I'd be profusely sweating. Like Just Dance was my job, and I'd make him sit and watch me perform it. Like I was a child in front of her parents on the hearth, like in the fireplace.
Watch me.
I'd be like, watch Just Dance. And I'd be like so sweaty. And I'm like looking back, I'm like, how were you attracted to me? I was a literal child in so many regards.
You were doing it for exercise. You did it after even when we had kids. I want to say there was a point where you were doing it for exercise. You were dancing for exercise.
That sounds so lame, but I probably
did.
I probably
You were
did.
doing it, and you would do it for like a half an hour, and you'd be like sweating like crazy, which isn't. It's not a silly thing to do. It's if it's fun and you're getting activity out of it. It's actually pretty smart.
And I do it with the kids now. The girls love it. They love when we do it together.
Well, and then you love Beat Saber. You're wildly good at that game.
Beat Saber is so fun. That's on the Meta VR.
Yeah. You're very good at that game.
It's just rhythm. If you know, it's music. I'm very musically gifted. Yeah. And so like when the music's tied to rhythm, I can do it. That's like apparently I'm good at playing drums too. I dated a drummer and he was like, what the heck? And he was like, dude, you've never even had a lesson. I'm like, never. I can hear a beat in my head. Mm-hmm. But, can't catch me drawing a stick figure. Did not get that artistic gene. I'm so bad
You're
at drawing.
better than you think. You're a little self-deprecating on that one. They're not as bad as you think on that one.
No, honey, I'm bad at that.
All right. What's a jingle you remember from your childhood?
What's funny is I went into a jingle that had a telephone number, and then my brain corrected it, and it went to dun dun 7530986.
That's not a jingle.
I know, but that's a song that my dad would play.
Your number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I remember.
It's weird that's our password for everything. I don't know why. You probably shouldn't use that for your password.
Whatever. Hold on. It's a carpet cleaner.
OxyClean?
Mm-mm. Or no, wait. Maybe it's insurance. Someone's name. Hold on. I remember a lot of jingles.
It's either carpet cleaner or insurance. It's
J.G. Wentworth. 8775. You don't remember that one?
No.
87750. Cash Now. It ended with Cash Now. And they would redo it so
J.G.
many
Wentworth.
ways. At J.G. Wentworth.
That's somebody's job to make earworms.
It's 877 Cash Now. So obviously, where's J.G. Wentworth? I don't even know what it is.
We had
Alone?
I grew up in Wisconsin, Milwaukee area. There was a car dealership, and it was Main Street in Menominee Falls. That's the only thing I remember about this jingle. It was literally every time.
Which one was it? Say it again.
It was Main Street in Menominee Falls, which it's a city in Milwaukee, outside Milwaukee, but it was a car dealership. So I don't remember the name of the car dealership, but I know where it is. It's on Main Street in Menominee Falls.
You can always get there if you need it. Do you know something I miss nostalgic commercial-wise?
What's that?
What happened to Ronald McDonald?
He's still around.
But they don't do commercial, I guess, because they don't need it.
They do commercials.
Like McDonald's commercials
were
everywhere with that actual guy dressed up, and he was famous. Like, he was nostalgic.
Well, there's the Ronald McDonald house. Remember the whole,
the
clown and Grimace and the Hamburglar and Fry Guy.
Yeah. Where did that all where did it all go?
I think
they don't need it.
In the 2000s, there was sort of this frowning upon completely marketing hyper processed fast food to children. And I think there was this try to pull away from that to just promote hyper processed fast food to adults.
To adults only. You know what's funny is I feel kind of bad because you can say all your childhood things and I wasn't alive, and so I can't really banter with you back and forth. But when I talk about my childhood, you were in college, so you can hang because you were actually in a semi-adult.
I was actually alive.
That's true. So I feel bad. This is kind of very one-way conversation.
No,
but
I think there's a lot of similarities. I mean, it didn't change too much. I think progression changed after. I think the next generation with our kids, there's a lot more differences than what we had. Yeah. Right?
Last question.
You want me to do one more question?
One more question. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. Last one. Make it good. No pressure. Better be the best one. Better be the best.
What's a parenting lie? Hopefully our kids don't listen. What's one lie that we're okay telling our kids?
It
Like
obviously
the
was
Wi-Fi
something-
goes to sleep at 9 p.m.
Oh, I'm thinking like for their safety. I'm thinking more serious.
Oh no. Wi-Fi.
Oh, we definitely told them when they were little, like the internet's out.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't watch TV. Or like, oh, the internet's out. It's just not working. Can't get it on right now because it just shut the argument down. They were like, "Dang, what's?"
I don't know if you call it
They probably
lying.
thought we had the crappiest Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honey,
if it's
it is a
called-
lie. The
it's
Wi-Fi
not
was not
lying.
down.
Well, it's
The internet was
it's
not
down
down.
for them. It's down for them. It's all semantics. I left a word out, right?
I definitely used to do that when they were younger, like 4 and under. It was just a blessing, or not 4 and under because they didn't care back
Kids
then.
aren't
Probably like 6 and under. Viv, yeah, never mind. Viv does. She doesn't. She's not a gamer. Have you noticed that?
She likes that game. Vaughn got her onto Roblox, and then she's playing that Adopt Me game, which is kind of silly. She likes that one where to go, but I'll watch them do it.
We play-
By the way,
yeah, we watch her
monitor
play it.
your kids' Roblox. There are a bunch of
my
weirdo
gosh,
games
there's a
on it, but there's a lot of really
bunch.
cool games as well. So it's just a little bit of parental involvement on that one.
Okay, and this is going to sound like I'm like being judgy or bashing, and I'm really not trying to. And I have to remind myself of this as well. Roblox is not the enemy per se. It's just I think as a generation have gotten really comfortable like handing our kids the iPad for a certain amount of time or whatever, and then we walk away because we're doing it to get something done. Again, like Roblox or anything that has like a warning label.
Content creators,
You just
stuff,
have to watch. Like you have to be around. That's why we're never allowed screens upstairs. We're not putting TVs in their rooms, and they game at the kitchen table or in the playroom, and we have that massive cutout. I can hear everything.
Yep.
So I can catch it, and if it's like, like something inappropriate, or I can catch it, or I'm constantly like doing drive-bys to watch. And I think them knowing they're being watched really cuts a lot of that out because our kids are old enough. They know better. And so they are under a microscope a little more.
Right.
So it just takes more, I feel like
It's just
that's
a little
it.
ball.
It just takes a little more effort, I
it's,
think.
I mean, we've talked
Which is
about that
annoying.
with-
Like we want to be able to walk away, but
anything online
needs to be monitored.
Just monitor a little bit more.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't
for
mean
sure.
totally restrict, just monitor a little bit more.
For
I
sure.
think there's a balance you can have on those things, but it's like if you're going to allow them access, then you got to be involved in them, or you deny them access and then they don't know any better until they're, almost teenagers and they're asking every day to have a cell phone with data.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Asking you every single day.
For sure.
Anyway, I remember my parents telling me all the time that they have no money.
Why didn't we do that? I just never thought to say.
It's like,
I
oh,
do say,
sorry.
Vaughn,
No,
we can't afford it.
Can't afford that. No money.
They just look at us like we're idiots. They're like, whatever. And I'm like, you don't
Dad,
know what we
we're
have.
at the dollar store.
You don't know what we have. I mean, the thing that
Nor
does,
should they.
the thing that does shut them
Nor should
down
they.
the quickest, the thing that shuts them down the quickest for me is, okay, you can use your money. They all have money from birthday and whatnot. They hoard it.
Which is, we've talked about that before, and it actually does change their perspective of like, is it worth it or
instantly
not? Like,
wonder if
I
it's not
want
worth it.
We talked about Berkeley's little boo-boo thing that she resold because she was like, why did I buy this? And then she sold it. So
I'd say even there's things here and there where I'm like, okay, I was going to buy her that board game or I was going to buy her that book. But now I've started to say, like, you can buy it with your own money. I just test them to see if they actually really want it. And 95% of the time they pass.
Yeah.
I'm like, good, I was going to spend my money on that. And they aren't that into it.
My mom did a pretty good job about making us use our own money, our own funds for things. Like we didn't per se have an allowance, but like she was a hairdresser. We called it the tip jar, right? Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to go to the arcade or something like Mom, can I grab $5? And she's like, did you do this? And she's like, yep, you can grab it. So we just grab it from the tip jar. It was we had a very open, honest kind of.
Did you ever steal from the tip jar?
Not one time.
Mike.
Swear to God, hand on the Bible, not once. It was my mom's money. I didn't steal from my mom. I would have felt too guilty. I was a guilty person. I would feel horrible doing that to my mom.
I never stole money either.
Yeah, so not one time. So I would call her at work and be like, can I grab this? Kind of, child of the 80s, latchkey
call her
kid.
with your hand in the tip jar ready to go.
Probably.
Mom,
like,
can I?
I know you're going to do it. So if I get to go over, I did put an IU note like, Mom, I took $5. I put it in there and, I told her like, hey, she'd be generally okay with it. But the day I turned 16, the tip jar went away.
What the heck?
Gone.
Where'd it go?
It became, get a job, spend your own money. And I'm not kidding you. Literally the day. Like,
Okay.
So it was getting a job because if I wanted to have a car,
Yeah.
and if I wanted to do it, we had a third car. My stepdad was a car salesman, so he had a company car. So we had this 1984 Ford Escort, which 10 years old at the time I had it, so it was already an older car, also a piece of crap.
Yeah.
But it was the car I got to use. But I had to pay for insurance and I had to pay for gas, and there were no exceptions.
I had to pay for insurance as well, but I had a job at 15.
Well, I was 15 and a half. Not that you just went up to me. Cool, great. What else did you do? What else did you do before me, Jen?
Do you know why I got a job? Actually, Charity, my friend from high school, always talks about how like I was a good influence on her, and she always says like her life could have. She's a survivor is like the best way to describe her. And I always am like, no, Charity, that's within you. Like you give too much credit to like us as your friends, but she actually influenced me in that regard because she got a job out of necessity the minute she could, 15 in Texas. And I saw her at Sonic, which was right across the street from our high school.
Yep.
And I was like, you're telling me I can go make money, skate around on rollerblades, delivering food, and hang out with my best friend? Done. Yeah. And so she really influenced me. And then once you have that money rolling in and you kind of have this freedom to buy at the concession stand when you go to the football game, not have to ask for money, I loved it. And so she was a really big influence on me to work and see it as a really fun thing versus like, I didn't have to do it per se, but like I don't remember my parents ever being like, you have to get a job, but I definitely remember them being like, if you want money, you're old enough to get a little job right now. Right. And I never had it shoved down my throat, but. And
that's the way my mom wasn't as hardcore like as I kind of made it sound, but it was during wrestling season, I didn't have a job because that was my sport I really, really wanted to focus on. And so football and wrestling, the 2 times I didn't do it, but the rest of the year I had a job. Yeah. And I remember the first job, I was a busboy at a restaurant called Chi-Chi's. So
I remember Chi-Chi's.
You know what Chi-Chi's means?
Doesn't that mean boobs in Spanish?
Little nipples is actually what it means. It's a Mexican place in Wisconsin. I actually think it went national.
Little nipples?
Chi-Chi's means little nipples. That's the translation.
Why would they name it that?
Because they could.
all these gringos are like, we love Chi-Chi's.
The founder's like, oh my God. It's like, honestly, it's how I feel like Elon Musk made the Cybertruck. I think he's pranking us, and he's like, watch these idiots buy this fridge. And if you have one,
fridge on wheels.
There is some there's some really cool things about Tesla. It looks like a trash compactor. Anyway, but with that being said, I worked a shift one time as a busboy. And the servers would tip out to the busboys. That was kind of the job. Totally. I made minimum wage, and then you got tipped out. None of the other busboys showed up, so I literally worked the entire restaurant by myself.
Did you bank?
Yo, and this is 1992 or 3, give or take. I walked away out of that restaurant with $150 cash on top of my money, and I'm like, oh. I was like, nobody ever show up again. I wanted to do this restaurant by myself.
You're out there like Pearson tires in the parking lot. You're
It was great. It was awesome. I have one but it does give you, and I think it does give you and show you the sense of your own work and your own reward on it, and it shows the value of what hard work can do. And I do give my mom credit for that, because like, there you go. Now, when I got a speeding ticket, sure as well said, well, guess you owe me $300.
Yeah, my mom and dad probably would have done the same thing. I have one more story and then we got to be done. We got to wrap up. My one last story had to do with money. That I was a bartender in a bar in college, and I had the best night of my bartending career. I made well over $200. I think it was like $205. Nice. I think. Rich. And I was in a small country town, so $200 for a night just on tip alone was nuts. Like, it was really good. Normally it'd make a little over 100, 150. Over 200. I think it was like $2, 205, and you'll see why I remember that. Put it in my apron, had my little black book thing, put it in my apron, got into my car and drove home. Came home, no apron.
Oh, no.
I was like, where the heck did my apron go? And I was like thinking through the night, laying in bed at night, just being like, I lost my whole book. Where did it go? I had taken my apron off and set it on top of my car.
Oh, no.
So the next morning, me and my roommate go back out, and it is like down a massive highway of nothing, just fields to get to this. It was like outside of the country town. We're in rural country. It's like Dublin is what it was called. It was by Tarleton State University. Luckily, all the weeds were really tall, and there was no wind And I'm a bartender. There's lots of ones in there. Okay. I found all $205.
They spread out?
All over the highway.
Were they really? Like spread out around just money everywhere?
In the grass. In the grass. All of it. I found
How long did it
every
take you?
single dollar. We had to have been out there for like 45 minutes at least. But there's two of us, so we were covering a lot of ground.
Nice. Did you tip her?
Probably not. Now that I think that through, I probably didn't. But we like thought it was fun.
You owe her lunch at
We
least
were
now.
in college.
Yeah.
Like it was like we were laughing as we were like picking up, and then it became like a challenge of like, are we going to find every dollar bill? Yeah. And anyways, funny story about that. I'll never forget that day. I mean, I just sat there sweating, sleeping, and I was so sad. Like that's $205 is like $1,000, you know, to a college student. I feel like
That's like
a lot of money. Still a lot of money to me now, actually.
Right
like it's $200. Like,
oh yeah, that's
anyway.
all right. Sort a jar of random.
Okay.
It's gonna be fire. You can answer as quick as you want or
Okay.
not. Would you rather have a laugh that sounds like a car alarm or hiccup every time somebody says your name?
I think I do have a laugh that's kind of resembles a car alarm. So I guess I'll choose that one.
No,
Like when I start. Okay, that's insane. Or have a hiccup when?
And anytime says your name, Jen.
That.
You would rather hiccup every time somebody says your name.
If I laugh all the time, Mike, it's a car alarm going off?
It sounds like a
No.
car alarm.
Yeah, no. I'll hiccup when someone says my name. Not a big deal.
Would you rather sneeze glitter or fart confetti?
Fart.
Once a day.
Fart
Once
confetti.
a day.
It would be really embarrassing in public, but around family, it would be hilarious.
Yeah, what if we have like a sneaker and you're like shopping? You know, everyone's farted in the aisle at a supermarket. It's like glitter, because that's the one thing is. Have you ever? I have the worst timing. Sometimes I'll let out one that like smells like straight sewer.
Oh, I know.
And it's like the second I do it, somebody starts walking down the aisle. I'm like, oh, God.
like with their mouth open, like about to sneeze.
But
they'll be
now
like,
there's a bunch of glitter in the air.
no, but I think what I could do is I could wear like super thick underwear and shorts underneath in public, and then that way only maybe a tiny one fleck would escape. You wouldn't be able to see it.
No, you're missing the
Or
point.
sneeze glitter? I mean, sneezing glitter would be kind of cute
confetti.
too.
You have to fart confetti.
I guess I'd rather sneeze glitter because sneezing isn't embarrassing when glitter
exactly.
comes out.
I agree.
Fart would be mortifying, but also fart is way funnier.
It would be. There's certain times where I'm like, if you could switch it.
Oh, yes. I'd like the switch mode. That'd be super funny to fart.
Could you imagine your brother's house? It would look like a
Cold.
glitter bomb went off.
It just looked like a strip club if my brother farted glitter. I don't know. Do strip clubs have glitter?
note.
I don't know.
Oh, I guess they use glitter lotion, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. This is awesome. It's a tiny bit of absurd.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay.
That was random, but I loved it. I think it's good. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. As always, if you have a suggestion for a topic, any beef with us or any questions you want to ask, please email yoummeandmikepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's all spelled out words, youmeandmike@gmail.com. We are checking that pretty frequently. We're not able to respond to every single email, unfortunately, but my producer is definitely using it for guidance and inspiration. We also will be doing at some point kind of like a voicemails from you guys. So if you want to leave a voice recording, you can go ahead and submit that, and maybe we'll play yours in our episode.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
And as always, please feel free to leave a great rating. We love them so much, and we're very appreciative for that.
Yeah, we got to figure out how we get more guests on this thing.
Yes, that's a great note. If you have a guest or a topic that you're interested in with someone coming on and talking about, please drop that as well. But hopefully y'all are having a great, wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of your week. And once again, thank you for listening.
Have a great week.
Bye, guys.